All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, I want to break something down to you guys quickly. Listen, sometimes the truth is not always what we want to hear as people. And sometimes the truth is right in our face and we know it, but we don't want to admit it at times. It happens to all of us, right? We're all human. It happens to us. And usually when something is the center of conversation, it usually means it's on your mind, which will probably correlate with it being the best. Remember when you were back in grade school and everybody turn in their test and the teacher would grade them the same day, and you want to know what's that curve gonna be like, and you knew who the smartest kid was in the class, or he or she, the class would all look at their own grades, and then you go to that one student and be like, yo, what you get? Because I know you the curve. And that darn smart kid, he or she would be like, I got a 97. You only getting 3 points curve, bruh. That's all you getting, bruh. I got a 99. You only getting 1 point of curve, bruh. You want to know why you hated on that student? Not because you went home and studied harder that night, but because you knew he or she was the best. And you compared yourself to the best. Anytime a grade came up, you was the one that always blurted out, all right, well, I guess little Tony gonna be the only one to make an A in this, or little Sandy, a nerd anyway. She always made good grades. Wonder why you did that? Because Tony or Sandy were the best, and you want to be compared to the best. You want to know something about LeBron James? You said what you want, and the Warriors won a championship last summer, right? Warriors won the championship. Kevin Durant made some big shots over LeBron James. He won a game over LeBron James, game 3 in Cleveland, right? Which essentially put the series away. The Cavs weren't coming back from 3-0. You want to know why LeBron James is still better than Kevin Durant? He's still the talking point. When you're in the barbershop, right? When you bring up Michael Jordan, or you might bring up Kobe, you might be a Kobe fan. You bring them up, you know who's coming behind Mike and Kobe in that conversation, or maybe right after Mike, or heck, maybe before Mike. If you're talking basketball, you know who's coming up in that conversation? LeBron James. There are basketball conversations I have without mentioning Kevin Durant. I'm not saying Kevin Durant's not a great basketball player. He might be the best in the game right now. But he ain't the talking point right now, because deep down you know, if ever were to happen, LeBron and Kevin Durant one-on-one, somewhere in Rucker Park, I know Kevin Durant's a better shooter than LeBron James. He has a better handle than LeBron James. Somehow, some way, in your heart of hearts, you can't form your mouth to say Kevin Durant is a better basketball player than LeBron James, and you still believe LeBron's the better basketball player. You hate on LeBron. When he took his talent to South Beach, you complained. When he went back to Cleveland, you complained. When Kevin Durant went to Golden State, a team that had already won 73 without him, you kind of said something about it. You called it weak, but he didn't get the criticism that LeBron James got. So that all led me to this. When Nicki Minaj drops a record, regardless of if you like it or you hate it, there's pretty much no in between. The fans gonna love it. The people who don't really care for Nicki, they gonna hate it pretty much. And there's me, who's kind of unbiased in between. I've heard about 6 records from Nicki in the last calendar year. We've heard the record with her and Gucci, the Make Love joint. We heard her on 2 Chainz's project, Realize. We've heard her on a few other records as well. We've the No Flags record with 21 Savage, Offset. We've heard Nicki. We've heard a lot of Nicki. We heard her on the Future record, You the Baddest of them all. F them ho. You know what I mean? We've heard on that. We've heard her lately on Rack It Up, #1 urban record in the country. And now we're hearing her on a record called Motorsports. And there's been a couple other verses in between, but I just named you pretty much about the top 6 rap records we've heard her on. And you know what comes up? You know what content Taliaferro's doing? I'm not doing a video when Rhapsody drops a project, or we're not talking in the barbershop. We're not talking about Rhapsody. When Remy Ma disses a rapper, and I'm talking about way before the Nicki beef earlier in the year, in about February and March. I'm talking about when Remy Ma was just dropping records. You want to know who we thought she was talking about? You want to know how we got to the beef? Because Remy and Nicki got psyched into a beef because we all thought Remy was throwing sublims at Nicki, and Nicki might have been throwing sublims back at Remy because of Remy throwing sublims at Nicki, right? That's how it started. You want to know why you think Cardi B threw a shot at Nicki Minaj on the Motorsports record? You want to know why when Lil Kim comes out of retirement, you think she's throwing shots at Nicki? When you're great at something, right? You're the standard. You're the bar. And I know somebody be like, yo, we don't do this for men. Well, here's the thing. In women's rap, it's still a sport. It's still very competitive. Nicki Minaj has been at the top of women's rap for so darn long. We're talking about closing in on a decade. She is the only talking point of the league. LeBron's the biggest talking point of the NBA. As his Cleveland Cavaliers struggle right now, we're more invested in LeBron James' Cleveland Cavaliers struggling than we are Giannis Antetokounmpo and him putting up great stats, then Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. We're just interested in the guy, the woman. Nicki Minaj is the woman of female rap. That has not changed yet. When she puts out a record, there's a reason why everybody's talking about every little verse she puts out. She's polarizing. To be the best, you usually become polarizing. And we've seen rappers be polarizing in a moment. I think Young M.A had a moment where she was polarizing, right? I think Cardi's in her moment where she's polarizing in the moment. But if she doesn't have a follow-up record, she'll no longer be polarizing. Nicki, and what we're only talking about, what, two and a half albums of work. Nicki, and a lot of features, by the way. Nicki is polarizing. You can say what you want about it. You don't gotta like or love her. I'm not the biggest Nicki fan out there, but I can't argue the facts. You might not call her the queen of rap anymore. She is the queen of women artistry in regards to hip hop. You might want to bring up Lauryn Hill. You might want to bring up MC Lyte. Are they better rappers than Nicki? Queen Latifah as well. I might say they're better rappers than Nicki. I might give you that. But at some point, rap has to be a portion of the whole. We're talking about an artist, not just a rapper. I didn't say she was the queen of rap. I said artistry. At some point, we have to get that woman credit for the amount of sales. And sales is not the end all with me. The amount of relevance that she's put in the culture, her business moves that reflect her artistry, right? And again, just the overall impact on the culture. If your favorite female rapper puts out a record tomorrow, will we be talking about it? So before people throw shots and criticism in the direction of Nicki Minaj, I just want you to know she's the queen of women's artistry in hip hop. There is no number two. It's Nicki, everybody else is playing catch up. I love me some Cardi B. I love me some Remy Ma. I love me some Dreezy, Young M.A. I love me some Tink, who I think is very dope. But right now, we're talking about catch up, and a lot of it is popularity. There has to be something to be said about somebody who's become that popular, that polarizing. We're playing catch up here. And you got to understand, it's every artist doesn't think I need to hit you with a bar that you think about for hours at a time. Sometimes maybe the more simplistic bar is going to reach other countries. Nicki Minaj is the queen of women, of artistry with women, and it's not even close right now. Mr. Taliaferro TV, subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.